Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Johan and welcome to my shop. In today's video, I'm going to show you an easy way to build a tray that can carry seedling containers. Watch to the end, you'll see how awesome this is going to turn out. I have these little seedling containers, plastic containers, that I start seedlings in and then I transplant them every year. It's a reusable thing. The problem is as follows, and it's been bothering me for years. It's really been a problem for many years. The ideal would be to have a greenhouse where you can start seedlings in, but I don't have one. If I leave these trays outside, if the rain is too heavy, then it can wash the seeds out or splash the soil out of the containers. The little seedlings, when they start, they're still very fragile and they can be damaged by too heavy rain, and even where we live now, it hails certain time of the year. They do require direct sunlight. Especially, I like to grow chilies, and chilies needs to be really warm. The seed needs higher temperature than normal vegetables does to germinate. I'm constantly picking up 2 or 3 containers at a time and moving it to a sun spot during the day, and then in the evening I have to move it back again, and then in the next morning like this, back and forth. I have to watch the weather. It's really a pain when you try to move 50 or 60 or 80 containers like this. So I'm going to build a frame with 2 handles on the side that I can put 50 of these little containers. I can put 50 of them in, and then I can pick up the entire tray and move it around to follow the sun, move it under shelter if it's a heavy storm that's approaching, stuff like that. So I can just do it in one go. Let's get started. I packed out 50 containers so that I can get an idea of how big the frame is that I have to build. Okay, it's fairly simple. 80 by 40. I've got the frame clamped down 90 degrees everywhere. I'm just quickly going to tack it. I promise you're going to see the full design pretty soon. Alright, I have some cut off diamond mesh which I'm going to use for a base. I can put this down. Ooh, wait. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put this down here like this. Alright, I know I can cut this with the cutting disc, but I want it to be very precise. I'm going to just cut it with the side cutter. That also works. Alright, now I'm just going to quickly tack this. I'm using this opportunity to teach the cameraman how to weld. Eyes closed. You see? And done. Look. Eyes closed. Okay? Now you do it. Nice. Next one. Okay, cool. Back behind the camera. Well done, cameraman. Alright, the rain is still coming down like there's no tomorrow. I quickly off camera cut all the remaining pieces that I'm going to need to complete this. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the legs on that this will stand on. Okay, now I'm going to use this flat bar and I'm going to build a frame around that will fit like this to keep the containers from falling out and moving around and all of that. tacked together, I can do the final weld. And then this will be mostly done and very hot. Okay, this is mostly done, except for that I still have to put the handles on. But this mesh has got quite a wobble in it here, like a bulge. I'm not too happy about it, so I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of this flat bar and just put it in here, just as an extra support. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. All right, now the only thing left to do is I'm going to clean this weld and paint. Then it's done. I'm really excited about this. I know it's probably over-designed, you know, with the amount of steel I used and everything, but I didn't want to use wood because it will get wet and then the wood won't last long. We'll just make this an inheritance piece, so 10 generations from now, they can still use it. That's what happens when you over-engineer stuff. Okay, it's the next day. I now are going to paint this, but I've decided it's time. You'll remember in a previous video I got that old compressor which I refurbished and fixed up a little bit, and then probably about 4 or 5 months ago I went out and bought a gravity feed spray gun, but I haven't tried it yet because I am nervous about trying it. I've never used a spray gun before. I've watched some YouTube videos. It's supposed to be quite simple, but I've never done it, so I was nervous about using it. So I decided, instead of me trying to paint this diamond mesh, which is going to be quite a job, this would be a perfect project. It's a perfect size to paint it. So I'm going to try and use the spray gun, which is why everything is covered in plastic. Oh, we had some load shedding. While the power was out, I tried to fix some stuff in the workshop so long. I finally put the target board up so that I can start practicing again my knife throwing, stuff like that. But the power is back now. There's not much left to say except I'm going to try and do this. I tried it a little bit. I put a little bit of paint in here and then when I pressed it, nothing happened. And then I started, because it didn't come with any instructions, so I started turning knobs, you know, this way, that way, turning knobs and things, and then eventually paint came out. I don't know if it is the correct mixture of air to paint. I don't know if it's, I don't know, I tried on a little piece of wood and paint came out. I have no idea how much paint I'm supposed to pour in here. I assume that with time, you build up a kind of an idea of, oh, this project will take so much paint and this. I don't have that yet, so I'm just going to start with a little bit and then take it from there. I'm going to turn on the compressor, which is going to make an awful noise. I'll try and organize you some music with the footage. And then, I don't know, I guess we're gonna see if this works or not. seems to be working. I've got a little bit of droplets. I really have no idea what I'm doing, so I'll try and set the settings still a bit more. I've got a bit of droplets, but it seems like the coverage is quite nice. But it seems to be working, and I'm happy. It's just going a lot faster than even with a can, spray paint can, this is going a lot faster than that. So I'm going to carry on, and then we'll see what it looks like. I think the first coat is done. The reason I wanted to start spray painting was it's a bit more cost effective to do it with spray painting than to buy cans or everything. And I always hated looking at that paintbrush effect that that you could see. I wanted it to look like it was made. So I'm happy with this. It looks real nice. I'll let this dry a little bit so I can turn it and do the bottom sides and the other sides, and then give it another coat. I've learned my first spray painting lesson. If you're doing a project, be mindful of the hose. Don't let the hose drag on the project, because as you move back, that hose will drag on your clothes. And I already have a little bit of paint here on one of my favorite shirts. So probably time to start wearing some overalls when I do this. The first coat is done. While it was drying, I took some time to practice on throwing knives. I'm still not any good at it. I have learned a second lesson about spray painting, and I want to share it with you. It's not good enough to cover the surface you're going to work on. You should really have a backdrop as well, because small droplets fly everywhere. On that side of the table, I've got small droplets on that drum, on the compressor standing there. There's some wood. I don't care about the wood because that I'm going to sand off. It's old wood anyway. But I can see white droplets over there. I will clean the compressor. So I will have to rethink my spray setup a little bit. Maybe for a future video I can try and do something about that, where I have something. I don't have enough space inside here to have something permanent, but I'll think about something that I can easily assemble and then spray in. That will have to be another project. But for now, I'm going to end this here. It really turned out very, very, very nice. I'm going to wait. It's not the best day for spray painting. It's a bit rainy outside, drizzling. It does take longer to dry, so I'm going to leave this overnight so that it can dry, and then I will apply a second coat. Then I'm going to immediately start using it. Feel free to shower me with spray painting tips in the comments below, please. I really do need it, and I want to hear from you. I will be making a YouTube short about the planting process and when all the containers and everything is in, so please look out for that. I will also be posting some pictures on my social media. Feel free to follow me there if you want to. The links is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing and especially liking. It helps out the algorithm a bit. I really thank you for spending the time to watch this video. Until my next project, make your best life. So it's something I reuse every year. Now the problem is that I'll just wait for the thunder to finish.